Today is episode 3 of Facing Unfinished Projects, and I must say guys, I am super duper excited because we are almost done and I will not have unfinished projects in 2023. This is November 2022, by the way, if you're watching from the future. So as you must have seen from the title or the thumbnail, today we are not working on a cloth or a top like we did the last time. Today we are finishing a bag that I cut out 2 years ago. So where did I stop? This is where I stopped. I have the main body already. This is the size of the bag. This side is supposed to be like the front and this is the back. I have already cut out the sides. For the back. We have 2 sides and it is just like a rectangle. And also I already made the adjustable strap for the bag. This adjustable strap, I think I would have to redo it because I ain't doing this. So what I have left, I wrote everything here. So I have the lining. I wrote everything last 2 years, so I'm pretty sure where I left off and where to start off again. So the lining is 15 by 8 inches. Chibot for the lining, the zip 10 inches. Okay, that's like the exterior zipper, right? So I'm going to be making inner pockets, zipper pockets, suede for the lining, tag, finishing, and that is all I have to do to complete this bag today. So like 43%, I honestly, I don't know what I wrote here. I simply don't understand what I wrote here. Then again, lining 15 by 8, interior pocket 6 by 4, attached side, exterior zipper, main zipper, tag, finishing. Ladies and gentlemen, let us finish this bag today. Oh. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Juliet. I am a DIY enthusiast, and currently I am facing all my unfinished projects from last year or last 2 years because I just have to finish them. I am tired of having unfinished projects. So guys, if you have any unfinished projects laying around, please finish it before the end of the year or before the new year. Okay, let's get this party started, shall we?
So this is the side of the bag. For the measurement, it is 4 inches wide by 6 inches long. 4 inches wide because the base of my bag is 4 inches wide, and 6 inches long because I want it to be like 2 inches lower than the height of the main bag. Now for the main panel, the length is 18 inches and the width is 8 inches. So the full length is 18 inches and the full width is 8 inches. I already attached my bag feet. I already attached my bag handle. Now I am going to start working on the lining, which is 15 inches. That is 3 inches smaller or shorter than the main panel, and it is almost 8 inches wide. For the lining, I am going to fix in my pocket, which is 6 by 5, and when I thought of it, or when I did it, or when I saw it at the end, I realized 5 by 5 would have been better instead of 6 by 5. So now it's time for me to prepare my lining. I am using suede as the lining cloth and chibot as the interfacing for the lining. You can decide to use like a fusible interfacing instead. So I am going to do this the same way I did the previous bag. I am going to glue all around, cut out or leave out about half an inch excess, and gum the sides together. Now I am going to attach my pockets. I am going to try as much as possible to centralize it on both sides. I just want to let you all know that this is not like a step-by-step in-depth tutorial. This is more of a finishing unfinished project with me kind of tutorial. So I am not really going to be explaining in depth, but if there is any part you don't understand, or if there's anything you want me to make a video of, please do let me know in the comment section. So now I am done fixing in my pockets, and I cut out zipper panels because I want to make like a recessed zipper kind of look, which I did not plan to do from the onset. I was supposed to like put zipper panels, but not like this. Okay, so I cut out a strip of 6 by 1.5, and I added seam allowance all around. So I cut out 2 for the main panel and 2 for the lining panel, and I am going to fold one end of all my panels by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do that for the main body and also for the lining panel. So I am done folding the one edge of all of my panels, and I'm going to bring a zipper. Guys, I am using a zipper that is meant for like travel bags, big bags, not a small handbag like this. So bear with me because I wanted to use what I have. Besides, I have never used a zip before. So I am going to cut my zip to 12 inches. That is like 4 times the width of the main panel. And I am going to fold one end of the zipper on both sides. I thought I was going to show you guys this in depth, but do let me know if you want me to make a proper video on how to fix a zipper or so. So this is me just trying to like show you guys how I am doing it. If you don't understand, do let me know. Okay, do let me know. So I'm just going to pin it in place, and I am going to do the same to the other side. So you just want to pinch it down 90 degrees and twist. So pinch down all the way to the back and twist to whatever side you want your zipper to go. So I am going to go ahead and sew it in place where I have pinned. I am going to sew it in place. Now the next step, I am going to bring my panel, the zipper panel, and I am going to place the right side down, the main panel. So right side is facing me, and zipper panel right side is touching the right side of my main panel. And I am going to place it in such a way that the curved end of the zipper is on the raw edge of the zipper panel, while the excess of the zipper is on the folded end of the zipper panel. And I am going to leave 1/2 inch at that point where the rough edge is. I am going to place my lining panel right side facing the same way, but before you place your lining panel, you can decide to baste your main panel and the zipper together before you place your lining panel. Okay, so I'm just going ahead to align all of them and previewing what I want to achieve. I like to preview what I want to achieve before going ahead to do whatever it is that I want to do. So now I am going to sew like so, and when I sew, I am going to cut the excess and I am going to turn it to the right side, and I am going to do the same to the other side of the zipper panel. I also want to let you know that at this point I am doing my zipper panel. I am prepping my zipper panel when the zip is still together, because I kind of have a phobia of putting in zipper heads. I really don't know, I'm not really good at that, so that is why I add my zipper teeth together up until this point. But I ended up separating them, but you can also separate it if you like. So I am going to do the same to the other side, the same way I did the first side. I am going to sew it and top stitch. So I ended up separating it like I said earlier, and I already top stitched on it. And now it's time for me to bring my lining panel and attach it to the zipper panel. Okay, so since my lining panel is 8 inches and my zipper panel is 6 inches, that is 2 inches shorter, so I am going to measure 1 inch on both sides on all 4 corners, top and bottom, and I am going to centralize my zipper panel on my lining panel. I don't know if you guys understand. So lining is facing lining side, right side is going to be up, or right side is going to be under, and lining side is going to be up. And I'm going to place it in such a way that I have 1.5 inch excess, because when I do the zipper panel I like to use 2 inches, but because this is a small bag I decided to use 1.5, and now that I'm thinking of it, I should have used 1 inch. But do whatever you want. This is just a finish a bag with me kind of tutorial. It is not really an in-depth tutorial. It is time for me to take my side panel and sew it to the lining panel. So I am just going to mark the middle of the lining panel, and I also marked the middle of the side panel. The way I did the side panel, guys, I really don't think I can explain it right now. So the lining, or the side rather, is 4 inches wide, but I cut out an interfacing and I made the interfacing 1/2 inch wider than the side panel on 3 sides, on both sides and the bottom. Like I said, I don't know if I can explain it. I don't know if that did justice, that explanation just did justice to what I did, but let me know if you want a more in-depth tutorial. By the way, this bag I cut out 2 years ago, so I cut it based on the knowledge I had 2 years ago and based on the way I would have done it 2 years ago. But if I was doing it now, it would have been much more different. I wouldn't have done it this way at all. Okay, so there is nothing, if I decide to give you guys an explanation, I don't think it would be like the right explanation to the way I would do it this year in 2022. Okay, so this is me just previewing what I want to achieve. I have already sewn the side to the lining panel, and this is me previewing what the main panel will look like when it is all done. So now I'm just going to unclip one after the other. I am going to apply gum to the sides first, then to all the body, and I am going to gum them together. The reason why I am not waiting for the gum to dry off a little bit, because you're supposed to wait for the gum to dry off a little bit. So the reason why I'm not waiting is because I have had this gum for a very long time. I have not made any bag in 2 years, so now the gum is already drying off, so it's almost dried off. So at this point I don't even need to wait for it to dry anymore, because it is no longer like a very wet or brand new gum. So I am just going to apply gum all over the side, the body, the base, and every other part of the bag that I should apply gum to. And when I am done applying gum, I am going to fix in the zipper head, which I have so much phobia for, and thank God it worked at this point. After doing that, I am going to make a zipper stopper at the tail of the zipper, and that is it. I think for the strap adjuster, I am going to redo the strap adjuster. This is the final bag. Do let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.